Good day, everyone. I am Kriza and Aitanio, and today I'll be introducing our topic, the types of business plans. In this presentation, we will explore the different kinds of business plans, how each one is structured, and their specific uses in various business situations. Understanding these types can help future entrepreneurs, students, and business professionals choose the right plan for the right purpose. And later on, the objectives of this lesson will be discussed by my co presenter, Ms. Eliza May Langa.
So before we start our lesson for today, let me ask you a question. What is a business plan? So a business plan is a document that explains how your business operates. It summarizes your business structure, objectives, milestones, and financial performance. Again, it's a guide that helps you and anyone else better understand how your big business will succeed. And today we will going to discuss the 13 types of business plan. So today the objectives of our lesson is define what a business plan is and explain its general purpose. Identify at least 13 different types of business plan and differentiate the key features and uses of each type of business plan. The first business plan is the startup business plan. So this startup business plan is an introduction of a new business idea. So it's like a master of blueprint from a brand new house where it shows every details of it, from where the walls go or how much the roof will it cost, and also it can convince a bank or an investor to give you a money to build the business. So it contains market analysis, funding needs, and business model. So for example, you want to you want to build or launch a new app so that in your startup business plan it would explain what the app does, um, who'll use it, sino yung gagamit, how you get people to download it, and how you make money of it. Like, maglalagay ka ba ng ads or you will add a premium features. So it often used to attract investors. That is the startup business plan. The second business plan is the feasibility business plan. So what is feasibility business plan? So it evaluates business idea's potential. So think of it as a should we even bother check. Before you spend a lot of money or time, you quickly figure out if an idea is potentially possible or does it make any sense, just like that. For example, you have an idea to open a unique floating restaurant on a river. So a feasibility business plan would check if there's a demand, meron bang demand doon sa area na yon, if you can actually get a permit to um, to open a floating restaurant on a river, or it is safe to build, safe ba doon sa lugar na yon? And if you can make a profit, of course, as a business man, you will really think na magigain ka ba ng profit dito sa business na ito before you commit buying an actual boat for that kind of business. So it focuses on the demand, just like what I've said, competitions, and cost benefit analysis. It also helps decide if an idea is viable before launching. So, yun yung feasibility business plan.
So, for my part, I'll be discussing the strategic business plan. So, This plan focuses on long term goals, usually looking ahead 3 to 5 years. So it answers the question, where do we want to be in the future, or where do we want our business to be in the future? So it guides the overall direction of the company by acting as a roadmap so that all departments are aligned and working toward the same vision, and it defines the company's vision, mission, and the goals or the core strategies of the business, showing what the business stands for and how it plans to compete or grow in the market. Also, this type of business plan is very helpful in big decision making, like expanding to new markets or launching new products. It is commonly used by a growing or large companies that are aiming for long-term success. Next, we have the operational business plan. This business plan focuses on the daily operations and internal processes of a business, basically how it runs day to day. It outlines the staff roles and the responsibilities so that everyone will know what to do, and it also includes their schedules, the task, and the resource management. So for example, who does what, kanus and which material ang ilahang gamiton. So the goal is to keep the business running smoothly every day and avoid confusion or delays. It also supports the implementation of the strategic plan by turning big goals into daily steps. For example, is sa McDonald's, like they use this type of plan to manage employee shifts and also the inventory sa food inventory. And another example is the laundry shop, like they plan their daily cleaning, kung kanus mag-pick up ang customers, and this or that. So it really focuses on how to manage the day-to-day routine of the business.
The next business plan is the growth business plan. Target business expansion. So the word expansion is the growth itself. So this is your expansion roadmap for a business that is already up and running. So meron ka ng business na nira-run. So it's about how you're going to get bigger. So you will think of a possibility na mag-open ka ba ng new stores, magla-launch ka ba ng new product, or you will reach more customers in different areas in your community. So for example, you have a small bakery rather, is doing really well, and you want to open a and a new branches. So your growth business plan would detail where you'll open, saan ka mag-open, how much will it cost, how you get the word out of those new areas, kanang mag-a-advertise ka ba na well new areas or new branches na mabibuild doon sa lugar na yon, and how much more bread that you will sell, or mag-launch ka ba ng new product na other sa bread, mag-a-add ka ba ng drinks. That is the growth business plan is all about. It includes new markets, product development, or scaling operations. Up next is the internal business plan. So used within the company for internal planning. So this is like a private project guide for just your team. It is not for showing off for the outsiders or the customers. So it's for keeping everyone in your company on the same page for a specific goal or a new project. So, for example, your company wants to switch to a new or more efficient computer system. So, your internal plan would lay out who does what, the timeline for the switch, kailan magsi-switch, and how much it will cost for the company, and what benefits you expect. Like, fast work ba? Um, meron bang mas more kita ba pag mag-switch sa more efficient na computer system? That is the internal business plan within your company. It focuses on team specific goals, performance matrix, and resource needs.
Now, let us move on to the one page business plan. This type of plan is exactly what it sounds like, a short and simple version that fits on just one page. So, it's strictly lang jud siya for one page na business plan. It gives a quick overview of the most important details of your business, like sa imong product, imong target market, imong goals, and maybe some kanang basic financials. It is especially helpful for kanang mga startups na businesses and also for students or kanang mga small businesses. Basically, anyone who's just starting out and doesn't need a long and formal plan yet. One of its biggest strength is that it is easy to read, present, and also it is easy to revise. Wherein you can use it to pitch your idea quickly or just get your thoughts organized before writing a full-length plan. It is also great. It is also a great way to test your business idea. If it makes sense on one page, then maybe it is worth exploring for further. So, for example, a student selling cookies might create a one-page plan that shows who they'll sell it to, how much they'll charge, or how much profit they hope to earn, and they will make it all on one page lang. So now you might be wondering na kung unsa ang difference sa one page na business plan ug sa lean business plan. Well, both business plan are simple and flexible, but the key difference is in the level of detail. So, ang one-page plan is more about quick presentation, just the basics to get the idea across fast. Whereas ang lean business plan kay na it is still short but it includes more details like ang key performance indicator, the milestones, the task, and the forecast. It is meant more for kanang internal use to help you actually run and track your business over time. So, in simple term, ang one-page plan is para ma-share nimo imong idea quickly, whereas ang lean business plan is gina-use din siya when you want to manage your business efficiently without writing a long formal document. Now, let's talk about the traditional business plan, which is the most detailed and formal type of business plan. So, kani siya na plan covers everything from from your product or service, your target market, your competitors, your team, marketing strategies nimo, and especially your financial forecast. It takes time to write, but it's worth it because it shows that your business is well researched and thought out. It is the type of plan you would need if kanang naga naga nagapangita ka og serious funding like applying for a bank loan or pitching to investors. For example, kanang um naisa ka group of friends na nagaplan to open a milk tea shop. So if they want to borrow money from the bank, they can just say na kanang We sell milk tea and maka-borrow din sila money. And they need to show first a detailed business plan on how much they expect to earn, who their customers are, how they'll stand out from competitors, and how they will repay the loan. And that's where the traditional plan comes in, wherein it also helps you prepare for long-term success since it is comprehensive and it becomes your guidebook as the business grows, especially when you start hiring employees, opening more branches, or expanding your services. In short, so ang traditional business plan is for those people na kanang serious about launching or growing their business and want to show that they are fully prepared.
Next is the lean business plan. So a concise one-page plan. It includes key elements like value proportion, customer segments, and channels. So this is like test it, learn, and adjust plan. So instead of making a super long, detailed plan upfront, you build a basic version of your idea. So to see how people react and then quickly change or improve it based on what you have learned. So it's very a flexible type of plan. So for example, you think people need an easier way to find a dog walkers, yung mag-walk sa dog pag habang wala yung mga amo nila. Just like in the USA. So instead of building a perfect app yung app agad, so you launch a very simple website first. So your lean plan would describe this basic site, who you think will use it, and how you quickly gathered feedback to make the app better step by step. So, in Lean Business Plan, it is ideal really for testing and iterating ideas quickly. So, that is the Lean Business Plan. The next type of business plan is the e-commerce business plan. So tailored for online businesses. So it focuses on online transactions. So this is your online store strategies. It's all about how you sell things on the internet, from your website setup to how you get a customer to click the buy now app. So the famous apps that really benta sa mga dito sa Philippines is the Shopee, Lazada, the TikTok. So there's really more about this e-commerce because we are in a um, new dimension na internet is really a whole kanang massive na jud yung internet. So other businesses expanded to the internet era. So it focuses on a digital marketing, logistics, website structures, and payment system. So example, you want to sell a unique a handcrafted Philippine souvenirs online. So your e-commerce plan would cover how you build your website, um, makikilala ka ba? How you promote it on social media platforms? How you handle payments? Mag-GCash ka ba? Magmamaya ka ba? Um, or you will get a COD or you will get both for the convenience of your customers, and how you ship the item to the customer. That is the e-commerce business plan is all about. The next one is the non-profit business plan. So this type of business plan is designed for mission-driven organization. This plan is for organization that do good and not just for money. So it explains your mission, who you help, what programs you offer, and how you get a donation and volunteers to keep it going. So, for example, you want to start a foundation that provides free book for the children in a rural areas. So your non-profit plan, business plan, would explain why this is important, how you'll get the books, how you'll distribute them, magpapa-volunteer ka ba or magpapasahod ka ba sa mga tao na i-distribute yung books, how you'll raise a money to buy more, and to buy more like from grants ba or individual donors ba. So this non-profit business plan focuses on really programs, fundraising strategies, and impact measurements. So that is the non-profit business plan.
Next is the business acquisition plan. This type of business plan is used when someone plans to buy another existing business instead of starting one from scratch. So kani siya na plan will help us look at all the important details before making a big purchase. It includes these things like the purchase price, the possible risk, and how this acquisition could affect your finances in the long run. Let's say for example, naa na kay gi-own ni na na small cafe. And there's another coffee shop down the street that is closing. So instead of competing, you decide to buy it so that you can expand your customer base. But before you do that, you will need a plan that explains how much the purchase will cost, whether the shop is in debt, how you how you will merge your teams, and how this change will affect your income. And that's where the business acquisition plan becomes really useful. So ginalet kani siya na plan ginalet kaniya ginalata niya to examine the business na ato ang paliton, ang operations, legal issues, customers, and especially the employees, so that we will not end up walking into unexpected problems. So overall, this type of plan helps make sure that the acquisition is smart, realistic, and also the most important, it is profitable, and that and so that we will know what we were getting into. Lastly is the business repositioning plan. So this plan is used when a business needs to change its direction, whether sa iyahang brand image, or nagatarget siya og kanang new market, or simply just updating its product or services. So businesses usually reposition kung manotice nila that their sales are dropping, or the market is changing, or kanang mga interest sa customers are heading into a new direction. So instead of giving up, they adapt. So for example, let's say nag-own ka og burger place, and na-notice nimo na more people in your area kay naga-choose og kanang mga healthier food. So with a repositioning plan, you could update your menu by kanang adding plant-based burgers, or switch to pwede pud ka mag-switch to eco-friendly packaging, and rebrand as a guilt-free comfort food spot. So that shift could attract a whole new customer base. So another common example is kanang sa Coke or sa Coca-Cola. So as more people started avoiding sugary drinks, Coca-Cola responded by launching na Coke Zero, which is ganang sugar-free, zero-calorie version of their iconic soda. And this move helped the reposition help them rather to reposition the brand for health conscious consumers without losing their identity. So basically, a repositioning plan doesn't just involve marketing. It also often includes the financial changes, the pricing adjustments, staff training, and even kanang new ways of operating. So everything needs to align with the new direction. So in short, ang kani siya na type of business plan kay mag-help ang mga kanaganing mga struggling or outdated business para maging relevant again ang ilahang business. So it is a way to refresh the brand, keep up to keep up with changing trends, and also to stay competitive in a fast moving market. And that would be all for our presentation. Thank you.